Hey, YouTubers, it's your boy Domination, and get it up again. The only place you're gonna get it, only place you're gonna get it, only place you're gonna get it, only place you're gonna get it is right back in the base. Hey, only place you're gonna get back in the base. Chuck of the Deuce is how we do it, Texas, baby. This is back in the basics, and I'm your host, Domination. There's no other place you're going to get it right back at the basic. Man out of Dallas, you know how we do it. And real men rise up, fake men rise down. Real women rise up, fake women rise down. All right, pretzels, word preach and preach on. All right. I want to bring to, we always do it in YouTube, always bring the question of the day. The question of the day. The question of the day is, I want to talk about this. This is what's really on my mind lately. For fellas and ladies, have y'all now noticed it that everybody's talking about a relationship? I'm still waiting. Have y'all now noticed that they still talk about relationships? Do y'all notice that they talk about relationships? Because a couple years ago, and very much, people didn't talk about relationship that much. Now all of a sudden, they talking about it. You know what it is? They're talking about it. What they're afraid for the next generation going to come in. That's what men and women are worried about. They should have thought about that years ago, since the 80s and the 90s. See, 60s and 70s, that was a good thing. And 40s and 50s. That was my mother here and her mother years. And my dad years of his parents' years, when everything was family and good and moral. They didn't believe all that sexing around. They didn't believe that. But when the 90s and 80s came in, that's when everything else messed up. But it came out way a couple more years ago when Adam and Eve was walking on this planet. But when the snake came in, everything messed up, and the submission's mistress come in, everything messed up for Adam and Eve. But they blame Adam and not blaming Eve. Because he's supposed to lead to an example. He was a follower. He's a leader. I'm not a follower. He's supposed to be the leader, and she's supposed to follow. He had to lead to her, and she could follow him. But the snake lead and Eve to follow the snake. That's what happened. And Adam was followed to the mistress, and the mistress trying to lead the mistress lead to Adam. That's what happened, and it goes after story to her. What's my point? I'm trying to get to the point. My point is this: what is missing right now in relationship? The three amount of questions why people trying to talk about relationship. What's missing relationships right now? Number one, it's number one. What number one is missing right now? I'm trying to get at it. Number one, what is missing right now is communication. Communicate. Here's what I'm getting at. What I'm saying is people don't communicate no more. They just don't. People need to learn, agree or disagree. Even if you don't agree with that person or you don't. That's the problem with men and women. They don't know how to agree or disagree. They know how. They don't respect each other's person's opinion, and they don't know how to respect each other's. They don't know how to respect other person's opinion. That's that person's opinion, regardless of the fact if they could be harsh or they could go soft and harsh. That's that man's opinion. Same thing I'm going to say to the woman. Fellas, that's her opinion. Whatever she say, if it's soft or hard, being hard, that's her opinion. Man got to learn to respect a woman's opinion, and woman got to learn to respect a man's opinion. Everybody but they got to learn how to agree or disagree and talk things that's what issues that really bring in what really matters, and not only in this generation but the whole entire world. So people, whatever you want to talk about relationship, have a communication, get something to talk about for y'all can be agree which each other agree upon, and if y'all disagree, and y'all got to respect each other's opinion. Even if you don't respect that person's opinion, a woman, you don't respect that man's person's opinion, you got to learn how to respect his opinion. Same thing, a man, you might never respect her opinion, but you got to learn to respect her opinion. That's how it is. People need, men and women need to start communicating more. They need to do that. They have the power to recess to do it. They refuse to do it. That's just the problem. Men and women just don't understand each other. That's the red flag right there. So it need to be a lot more. And we already get at number 3. Number 2, what we need to get on is trust. Here's the problem about trust. Here's the problem. And I'm gonna say about women. Women, I've been hearing this stuff. What's going on? That women been looking at women look at a man's phone, see who he's talking to, and this and that. Keep calling him every fucking 5 minutes, thinking that, and always stalking him, and trying to see if he go in another woman's house or something. And always have to carry you, like you treating this man like he's a 5-year-old boy kid out of the playground pen, like you holding his hand all the time, all this stuff, and I can go on and on. People need to start learning how to trust one another. That's the problem. See, back in the old days, women used to trust men. They used to, but the women this generation now, they don't trust men, because that's why they always concern a man going to the club. That's why they always concern a man if he go to a strip club. That's why they concern a man who the girl you talking to. Who is she? Who is that bitch? That's the first thing she'll say as a woman. She'll think that in a minute. Fellas, it's not funny. This is true. She always concerned what you watching, especially you watching porn. Oh my God. And she's standing there. Fellas, you know what I'm getting at. Man, look, I understand. If a man's cheating, he's gonna cheat anyway. So what you expect? You can't make a man do what he don't want to do. You can't make a man expect what he's expect to do. What do we want to do? That's for women. I mean, you got to learn how to trust that man. If he say he's not doing all this and that, you got to learn. You got to give his little freedom, as long as he could come home with you every time. But you can't keep following this man, kept holding his hand all the goddamn time. I understand there are guys that if he's cheating, cut him off. But a lot of times they still stick around, hoping that one day she could make him realize how more important she really is. You know how women are. They try to change a man. Quit trying to change somebody when you expect the person to change. That's the biggest mistake women would do right there. Quit trying to change. Let them, the only person who can change is himself. That's the thing that they need to start doing. Trusting. And men need to do the same thing, need to learn to trust. I understand they always concern a woman how she dressed and where she present herself to dress, who the guy she's talking to, and I can go on and on. And he always concerned about her looking at another dude, and this he always concerned who what kind of what I'm getting at. He always concerned if she look at another dude or not. He always concerned about that, or he concerned about a man do a better job than he is. Man, I understand that. I understand it. If she's creeping off on you, she's gonna do it anyway. Cut her off. Because there's plenty of women out here anyway. But if she ain't doing that, you gotta learn to trust her. That's the problem right now. There is no trust anymore. Men and women used to be a lot of trust one another. Men used to been trustworthy. Now men ain't trusting worse into these women no more. They'll tell other men, man, you can't trust these women. Don't trust a bitch. You can't trust them. I understand most of them can be like that. Not all of them. There are grateful women out there who will be 99 or 95 or 95 or 99%. These women can be faithful. They are out there. It's just the problem is too many of them been turned out because they want the fast women, disrespectful, nasty women. That's the problem, and they'll marry those women quick, not because the personality or the damn or the they only look at the body image. It's just for the sex. Same thing, women Women only want the bad boys and jerks. It's the sex. That's all it is. For they think if they get pregnant by a man, thinking they're gonna keep them. It doesn't gonna work like that. Because if he's not ready for a father at first, he's not ready for being a father in the first place. They should have get with the guy who really cared about, who really be there would matter. But they don't pay attention to them guys when it's when women when they don't know when a real man is standing right behind them. Man, a lot of times men don't know what a real woman when it's standing right. We don't know what a real woman stare right across our faces. We don't know. That's men and women, big mistake. So people, we need to start putting more trust on one another. If men and women would do that, that would be better. But that's the red flag right there. People need to start putting more trust nowadays because they need to. We already get at number one and number two, but we already get at we already get at number three and number two. But what we get at the last for last, number one is communicate. No, not communicate. Number one we need to get at is commitment. Commitment. Here's the problem with commitment. Most men do not believe stick with one woman. They just don't. And I know what women gonna think. Why? Why? Because I'm gonna tell you, women gotta understand, and I know what women gonna say this when I'm saying this. Men only love with the men only fall in love with a woman men only fall in love with a woman for the sex. That's why. And I know what y'all think. That's the thing. That's the thing all about you men. That's all you want is sex. That's all you care about. Yeah. But the truth is, not only men want sex, men need sex. How many times I'm saying this? How many times? Where are men? Same thing as women. Women need love. Women need love. Not only they want love, they need love. It goes both hand in hand. Damn, how I gotta explain you ignorant people out here like that? How I gotta explain to y'all? Damn. See, this is why men and women will never respect each other, because they don't understand each other. They don't get it. And we wonder why favoritism is coming up. And men regretted why the favoritism was coming if they wasn't raping women, disrespecting women, and this and that. Favoritism wouldn't have been coming up. It wouldn't be. When women have the right to vote and want the same as equal rights as men, that's fine. And I support women's rights, but I don't support that favoritism. That's one thing I don't support that. Same thing, I support men's right, but I don't support that a man-woman hating bashing. I don't support that, because we got to speak the both wrong, not the right, not the wrong, not the one wrong and one right. We got to speak both rights and both wrongs, because it won't be fair like that for men and women. It won't be fair to the men. It won't be fair to the women. See, that's the point I'm trying to get at, ladies. Not only that we want sex, we need sex. That's part of us as being a man. That's part of us. You got to understand that. You got to understand, because if they have a baby by a man, and especially she have a child, he gonna be a boy. He gonna think about being with women. That's how it is. And I know what everybody else is thinking, and I know they hear this conversation all the time. How many women you got? That's a man version. Women ask, do you got a girlfriend? I see. You see what I'm getting at. You see what I'm getting at. See, and I already get that at the women. So women, you got to understand that not only men want sex, we need sex. That's part of our lives to make to be with love with y'all and be with y'all women, and marriage I have kids with y'all. All right. And if believe me, if you give him something he always wanted all the time, and you could still play and talk and play cards or do something or go to picnic or go to club or whatever, I guarantee he ain't gonna cheat. He gonna stay there around. Guarantee you. You ain't gotta have sex with a man. I'm not saying you gotta have sex with him every other day. Every other day. That's better like that. Because they men ain't gotta cheat. I guarantee if you do this, women, your man keep coming at you. You be the best woman he ever had. Marry you. I know. Learning from your boy. All right, fellas. You know I'm getting that. Ladies, sexy ladies. I love y'all. You know what I'm getting at, ladies. And I'm gonna say to this, fellas. We gotta understand, as fellas, we gotta understand. We gotta give women love. Why women want love? And the only one that women gotta have it. I mean, not why women want love. Women need love, but they gotta have love. That's what I'm getting at. Reason why, because women are taught like this. They was taught like this from their mothers and their grandmothers and aunties and aunts. They was taught like this. From the tea party, playing with the tea, especially they was little girls, and they come from when they was in teenager playing with dolls, and I mean and all this other playing with dolls when they were little girls in tea, and when women came grown up, they were playing. I mean, grown up being teenagers, they wearing makeup, reading Teen Idol magazine, all that stuff. You know, girly stuff. What they do, and when they come a womanhood, that's when women really dressing sexy, got something going. Ow! You know how that. You know how that is, fellas. But we gotta understand them, just like women got to understand us. See, everybody want to talk about relationship, but men and women should have done that. See, they let the lust come in and mess everything up. Now look what happened. Because if it looks like shit, it look like cracker shit. Cracker shit. Like everything cracking up and just pile of mud, a mud pile of shit. Somebody need to clean the mess up and start digging. And make everything so, and bring Brazil put some glycerine so it can start smelling good. You know what I'm getting at. But what I'm saying is, fellas, we got to understand women. We got to understand that, you know, a lot of times they not only they want love, they need love. They need love. Because a lot of time we got to do things for them, you know, listen to her, talk to her, and give her time and patience and all this other stuff. And she would share her body with you. Because trust me, raping will destroy a woman's sexuality. Don't forget that. And I know fellas know this. Same thing, you know, it will destroy. Women got to understand that it will destroy a manhood. Is chopping their thing off. That will destroy manhood right there. But it will destroy manhood when men acting more feminine. There ain't no wrong being sensitive, but men start being more feminine. But what I'm saying to this, folks, men and women got to understand each other. We want to talk about relationships and all this other stuff, but they should have been talking about this years ago. I noticed this beforehand. Now everybody trying to talk about relationships. They talking about it. For good marriage and family values. But they should have been talking about that years ago. The only way they're going to talk about this stuff and get to the problems that does matter, to fix things that out that need to be fixed, and start putting on for all the wrong things, not only what men are doing and what they can find ways to do right, as women, the wrong things what women doing and what they can find to do it right as well. You got to call out the right and the wrong. You got to call it out. But a lot of people, a lot of men and women are scared to call it out, and they try to act like they, you know, like they hold this sacred Bible up. They hold this Bible wary like they in the Bible. And don't get me wrong, I believe in God, but people better start practicing what they preach, because they got suspiciously got something to hide. If you got something to hide, man, that tell you right there, you use Bible as a scapegoat. You use it as a way that, are you a Satanist, if you ask me. But what I'm saying is this, that's what we need right now is communicate, trust, and commitment. Those are the three things we're missing right there. If men and women need to start work upon and not in places at ourselves, put onto each other as men and as the women. Because I'm gonna tell you like this, I'm grateful because I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for women. No matter how fucked up and how good they are. Even though I could be hard on women, soft off of the times, but I could be a little bit soft on them and try to lift them up. I understand they make mistakes, but women need to start admit they're wrong instead of don't be dishonest. Be honest about yourself, what you want, and you will get everything all you like you always wanted. Like you what you always wanted ever since you were a little girl and teenage girl to a womanhood. You will get everything you wanted. And I hope God will bless me with have a wife and kids. If it not happen, I'll get a damn septomy and have be with a lot of women. But I have fun, but not too much. Or it's not, I just use a condom. Because I ain't trying to have babies, no woman. I'm going to tell you that much. I'm going to tell that a woman, I'm going to get that straight from any other woman of color, even my own women. And only this. Same thing as fellas. Fellas, I'm going to tell you like this. Only way we're going to get respect for our women and anywhere else, man, so we need to start taking care of ourselves and start taking care of our own instead of taking care of everybody else. We can take care of everybody else till they can start helping themselves, but we got to take care of our own also because we can't keep making the same mistakes as everybody else. We just can't. We just can't, man, because because the only way we're going to get respected as a man is that we're going to have a dignity to our pride, or not only a selfish pride, but self pride, and for ourselves, and for we can be the best person we always can be, and best willing to be. And believe me, if we will work that out in our community, any other community, in the whole race of the whole world, believe me, everything would change real quick. Then we could talk about relationship. But we got to point out the wrong and doing all the right. Because if we ain't point out the wrong and trying to do right all of a sudden, it won't be right. As once we put and call out the wrong, and then we can do right. All right, folks. That's all. That's the only way I got to get at, folks. So, and shout out to the folks that stay good with relationships and be in a relationship for many years and years to come. That's why old people been together for 7 years. They've been married for 75 years to 42 years. That's a beautiful marriage. I wish I had marriage like that. But I don't think it will never happen this generation because you got too many men, too many women are being selfish. That's all it is. They just mad. But we have the power and resource to change that. We could do it, but we refuse to do it. If we can do that, everything would all good. But everyone else, let them do what the hell they want to do because a lot of them going to be dead and gone anyway. So that's all I'm going to have to say in the back of the basic. And it's your boy Domination. And this is Back of the Basic. Chuck with the Deuces. I would do a text, baby. Until next time, all right? All right. Peace.